D. Berger. I do armed patrol for DMPS. I've been with DMPS since April this year. I am just a patrol security specialist. Well, I was 18 and I started in DFW Airport as a pre-board screener because it was something I hadn't done before. So I liked it and I moved up to Colorado and obviously life. And then I had my kids after my divorce. I met some people and I just got back into security. I'm 61 and this is my first time actually doing armed patrol. I enjoy it. I meet a lot of people. It has its good and bad points, but for the most part, you meet a lot of people. If you like people watching and people talking, it's great. I may not necessarily, I'll look at what somebody looks like, but then I look at how they walk, because if something happens, them little details are important, you know, because not everybody has the same walk. So I've done armed security for a dispensary. I've done armed security for personal bodyguard. I've done armed security for executives, like corporate executives when they fire somebody and they think they're going to become hostile, which is a big thing now, you know. People go off the deep end when they lose their job, so they hire security to sit there and make sure that they don't come back and cause problems. I do like this company. I really enjoy working for this company. I get a lot of training and you're constantly getting positive feedback. There's not any time that I've done anything that I felt that I was scolded. You're praised when you do good, kind of told how you could have done something different instead of scolding you, if that makes sense. I think some of the challenges are being complacent, because the majority of our shift, there's really, I don't want to say nothing happens, but it's just a normal go check on a building, make sure it's locked. You very seldom have any issues that arise, very seldom. I think getting plenty of sleep, and then as you're coming into work, mentally prepare yourself for the unexpected, you know, so that you can get your patrol done, come back home and is, you know, safe. Actually, I like the hours because you get 3 days off. There's 2 different shifts, but usually it's 11 hours. Start time is at 1900 to 0600. You do that 3 days a week, and then you have 2 hours of training, which is optional. That would be your overtime, and then you have on your Friday, which is part of your training, you work a 5-hour shifts. Call 22 is 24 at 619. Knowing I did a good job in coming home. I mean, it's an easy job. I think the hardest part is probably the driving, to make sure you stay a good defensive driver, you stay awake, you stay alert, and then once you're done, you go home. It's a sense of accomplishment. You get to go home knowing that the places you're in charge of checking on are safe at that point in time. Well, this career, I would say that this isn't for everybody. A lot of people think security is just a substitute until you find something better, but you can make it a career, and you've got to take it seriously, because obviously you have a gun on your hip and you could be put in a situation where you may have to use your gun. At this company, you're given so many other tools in your toolbox, is what we call it, to avoid having to use lethal force. But you have to make sure that if you go into this profession, you take it seriously. It's not a lighthearted position. Because I'm sure there's things I do that are, you know, not the way somebody else would do it, but you got to have I think you have to have a personality in order to do this job. You can't be stone cold. So in dealing with a transient, you know, if I come on stone cold, paint, you know, you're going to do it my way or no way, that's a very aggressive approach to somebody. Whereas if you just go up to them and you're like, you know, hey, sorry, you know, it's private property, I need you to please leave. And most people are more willing to do that versus coming in and saying, hey, it's private property, get off. They don't, treat people like people want to be treated. So if you don't want to be treated like a jerk, don't be a jerk. People that are retired that probably never would have thought they could do this, but they can. Well, thanks for joining me in my ride along. This concludes my shift for tonight. It was very uneventful, but that's how we like it here at DMP. If you liked the video, please give us a thumbs up. Can't wait to see you again.